Hello everybody, and welcome to the first episode of the new, official SpongeLiam podcast, the one and only podcast about cartoons as long as you decide not to search for any others. I'm your host Liam, and today I'm joined by the only people I know, and therefore the only guests I could get, Lucas and Eason. How are y'all doing today?
Fine.
The best ever.
Okay, well, that sorta has to do. Now, since this show is supposed to be an audio-only equivalent to what we already produce videos on, I think it only makes sense to start with a familiar topic. What did you think of the...
No.
I didn't get to say anything yet.
It's your first thought, so I know I haven't seen it.
Okay, fail. Let's think. Cartoons that a cool guy like you would have seen. Gonna assume Moon Girl's too cool for you. Oh, okay, I think I got it. Have you guys seen Invincible?
Yeah.
I don't know. Can I?
Okay, that's good. The money spent on the studio might not be entirely wasted. So, what did you guys think of the season finale?
Well, I thought...
You know what I've been thinking about? Television adaptations of books. I mean, you have the infamous ones. Sherlock, Game of Thrones, and Percy Jackson just recently. So many of them are way less recognized. I feel like plenty of people forget that House is based pretty heavily on Arthur Conan Doyle's Sherlock Holmes series of novels. Hit television series MASH was actually based on a novel. Speaking of MASH, Series 11, Episode 6 focuses primarily on Hawkeye and Charles trying to get Marilyn Monroe to visit the 4077th. Of course, this sadly doesn't work. That actually reminds me of something. James Monroe, 5th President of the United States. People sometimes say he owned 2 dogs as presidential pets. Reportedly, they were a Spaniel and a Siberian Husky. Well, the Spaniel likely did exist as a pet of Monroe. We have no record of it in the White House. The Husky, on the other hand, seems to be fully fictional with no real connection to Monroe. I seem to have gotten a little disconnected from my original subject by a Brobdingnagian degree. Brobdingnagian is a word which here means very large. That actually brings me nicely to talking about Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events. By far, this is one of my favorite literary works. It's funny, dramatic, emotional, and altogether a great read or watch. Netflix's 2017 through 2019 adaptation of the books is a little dramatized, emphasizing a spy element that isn't really present in the original work. You could also watch the movie. While it only covers content from the first 3 novels, it does them justice. Jim Carrey does a great job with Count Olaf. I can't recommend enough that you give at least one of these 3 a look. They really are amazing works of literature. The Netflix adaptation features Patrick Warburton as Lemony Snicket. Warburton also famously appears in Scooby-Doo, Mystery Incorporated. Warburton plays the iconic character Sheriff Bronsonstone. Now, in episode 24 of season 1, Dead Justice, at 3 minutes and 40 seconds, Sheriff Bronsonstone states he's won the crimey 27 times. This is obviously a very clever reference. In the 27th episode of Mystery Inc., at exactly the 27-second mark, Scooby says, quote, "Farm?" Obviously, this is alluding to season 3, episode 6 of What's New, Scooby-Doo, Farmed and Dangerous. If you remember, James Monroe was President of the United States. He was born in 1758. At the 17-minute and 58-second mark of Farmed and Dangerous, Mr. B admits to helping Jonas Salk genetically engineer perfect popcorn. Jonas, like Joe Jonas, who famously sang "Gotta Find You" in Camp Rock. You thought I was just ranting this whole time, but I had a point. Gotta find you, like a missing person, or a dead person. The Baudelaire parents, who are dead. Dead, like Dead Justice, from Scooby-Doo Mystery Inc. Clearly, this isn't coincidence. These are clues. I need to solve them. I gotta find the answers. What does it mean?
Well, I don't know.
Why did you think this was a good idea?
Well, my financial advisor told me that I should hire someone else.